Myself, Professor Sonal Pansare. I am Assistant Professor of Progressive Education Society, Modern College of Engineering from Information Technology Department. We are going to conduct software testing in software engineering. So, first is, what is software testing? Software testing is a method to assess the functionality of the software program. The process checks whether the actual software matches the expected requirements and ensures the software to bug free. The purpose of software testing is to identify the errors, faults, failure or missing requirements in contrast to actual requirements. It mainly aims at measuring the specification, functionality and performance of a software program or application. Software testing is an important process in the software development life cycle. It involves verifying and validating that a software application is free of bugs, meets the technical requirements set by its design and development, and satisfy user requirement efficiently and effectively. So this process ensures that the application can handle all exceptional and boundary cases, providing a reliable user experience. By systematically identifying and fixing issues, software testing helps deliver high quality software that performs as expected in various scenarios. So software testing can be derived or divided into two steps: verification and validation. So first one is validation. Validation, it refers to a different set of tasks that ensures that the software that has been built in traceable to customer requirements. It means, are we building the right product? And the next step is verification. Verification refers to the set of tasks that assures that the software correctly implements a specific function. It means, are we building the product right? Yes. So, why software testing is important? Because defects can be identified early, improves quality of software, it increases customer satisfaction, it helps with scalability, it saves times and money. That's why we need for software testing. So bugs can cause potential monetary and human loss. So there are many examples in history that clearly depict that without the testing phase in software development, a lot of damage was incurred. So there are some objectives of testing. So it uncovers as many as errors, that is bugs, as possible in a given product. It demonstrates a given software product matching its requirement specification. It validates the quality of a software testing using the minimum cost and efforts. It generates high quality test cases, performs effective tests and issue correct and helpful problem reports. So in that, error, bug, fault and failure. So here, error is nothing but it's human action that produces the incorrect result that produces a fault. Bugs is nothing but the presence of error at the time of execution of the software. Fault is nothing but the state of software that caused by an error. And failure is nothing but the deviation of the software from its expected result. It is an event. So goals of testing is defect faults, establish confidence in software, evaluate properties of software. Properties of software is nothing but your reliability, performance, memory uses, security, usability. Now next topic is testing methodologies. So here are two types of methodologies of testing. Is first one is white box testing and black box testing. But before that, we are going to look at the classification of software testing can be further divided into more, but there are two ways of testing. First one is manual testing and second one is automation testing. So what do you mean by manual testing? So manual testing includes testing software manually, that is without using any automation tool or script. In this type, the tester takes over the role of an end-to-end user and tests the software to identify an unexpected behavior or bug. There are different stages for manual testing such as unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. And next one is automation testing. It is also known as the test automation. In test automation is when the tester writes some script and uses another software to test the product. So this process involves the automation of a manual process. So automation testing is used to rerun the test scenarios quickly and repeatedly that were performed manually in manual testing. So apart from regression testing, automation testing is also used to test the application from a load, performance and a stress point of view. So it increases the test coverage, improves accuracy and saves times and money when compared to manual testing. So now coming to this slide, current slide is for the white box testing and black box testing. So in that, first one is black box testing. In this testing in which the tester doesn't have access to the source code of the software and it conduct at the software interface without any concern with the internal logical structure. Whereas white box testing in which the tester is aware of the internal working of the product, so has access to its source code and it's conducted by making sure that all internal operations are performed according to the specification is known as the white box testing. So here in black box testing, black box testing is also known as data driven testing and white box testing is also called as structural testing. In black box testing, end users and testers and developers that involved. In white box testing, normally done by the tester and developers. So in black box testing, this can only be done by a trial and error method, and in white box testing, data domains and internal boundaries can be better tested. So there are some types of testing or also the testing levels. So first one is the unit testing. Here unit testing, it is the level of the software testing process where individual units or components of a software are tested. The purpose of is to validate that each unit of the software performs as designed. Whereas integration testing, it is a level of the software testing process where individual units are combined and test as a group. The purpose of this level of testing is to expose faults in a interaction between integrated units. Next level is the system testing. It is a level of the software testing process where a complete integrated system or a software is tested. The purpose of this test is to evaluate the system's acceptance or compliance with the specified requirements. So in system testing, there is some types of system testing. First one is alpha testing. Alpha testing is carried out by the test team within the developing organization. Next type of system testing is beta testing. It is performed by a selected group of friendly customer. Next type of system testing is acceptance testing. It is performed by the customer to determine whether to accept or reject the delivery of the system. And the last type of testing is performance testing. It is carried out to check whether the system meets the non-functional requirements identified in a SRS document. So the next topic is software quality. So what do you mean by software quality? The concept of quality. So software quality, it shows how good and reliable a product is to convey an associate degree. So it first example is that a product that will have everything that the users need but as has an associate degree virtually incomprehensible and not maintainable code. So therefore the normal construct of quality as a fitness of purpose for a good product or for a good code mechanisms isn't satisfactory. So there are some factors of software quality. First factor is portability. A portability is a software is claimed to be transportable if it may be simply created to figure out in several package environments. Next is usability. A software has smart usability if completely different classes of user, that is knowledgeable and naive users, so will simply invoke the functions of the mechanisms. So next factor is reusability. A software that smart reusability if completely different modules of the mechanisms that simply be reused to develop new mechanisms. Next factor is correctness. Software is correct if completely different needs as a laid out in a SRS document are properly enforced. Next factor is maintainability. A software is repairable if errors may be simply corrected as and once they show up, new functions may be simply added to the mechanisms and therefore the functionalities of the mechanisms may be simply changed, etc. Next is reliability. A software is a more reliable if it has fewer failures. Next is efficiency. The more efficient software is, the less it uses of CPU time, memory, disk space, network bandwidth and other resources. So this is the important to customers in order to reduce their cost of running the software. Although with today's powerful computers, CPU time, memory and disk uses are less of a concern than a years ago by. Next topic is quality metrics. So software quality metrics are a subset of software that focus on the quality aspects of the product, process and a project. So these are more closely associated with process and product metrics than with project metrics. So software quality metrics can be further divided into three categories: product quality metrics, in-process quality metrics and maintenance quality metrics. So first one is product quality metrics. The matrix that includes mean time to failure, defect density and customer problems and customer specification. Next is in-process quality. In-process quality matrix, it measures the defects relative to the software size expressed as line of code or a function point, etc. And the next one is maintenance quality factor. So maintenance quality factor is nothing but the customer satisfaction is often measured by customer survey data through the very satisfied scale, neutral scale, dissatisfied and very dissatisfied scale. So satisfaction with the overall quality of the product and its specific dimension is usually obtained through various methods of customer survey. It's based on the 5-point scale data, that is satisfied, very satisfied, neutral, dissatisfied and very dissatisfied. So it depending on the purpose of analysis. And the next is software quality dilemma. So software quality dilemma is basically two folds. First fold is Build bad software that is low quality and no one will want to buy or use it. And next fold is spend too much time on quality measures and no one get to buy or use it because it either costs too much or is still being worked on. So the issue is how to find a proper middle ground where your first user don't feel like beta test but can still afford the software and have it come out in time to beat your competitors. So therefore you must be able to build something that is good enough. But how is that to be defined? So example is Apple is for building systems which lack features but are good enough because they are not too buggy. So while some people worry about the cost of quality, so they often forget to ask what is the price of poor quality. So this is the software quality dilemma. So this is all about your software quality and software testing. Thank you.